Hello, Mind Blazers. Welcome back. Most parents do their best to provide their children with a happy and healthy upbringing. Still, they can accidentally make mistakes that may result in emotional hardship for the child. Unfortunately, some parents repeat these mistakes that becomes toxic. Regardless of whether it is done purposefully or not, there are several behaviors that can cause so much emotional and mental damage to a child. Such damages greatly affect the child even after they have grown up. There are simple things you as a parent could do to bring positive changes in parenting. Let's look at few of them. Number 1, don't shame your child. You have probably seen countless examples of parents shaming kids online and in public. Calling out to troubling behavior, telling an embarrassing story what should have been private in an attempt to change the child's behavior, or some examples of shaming your child. Shaming has a long-lasting damage in your child's self-esteem and your long-term relationship with your child. Try a better way to convey your message rather than using shaming words. For example, instead of saying, "Did you tell your dad that how miserably you flunked in your exams?" You could try saying it alternatively like, "You must be feeling bad about your exam results. Why don't we tell your dad together? Later, let's work on a plan to help you do better in your future exams." Number 2, allow your child to express their feelings. Communication should never be a monologue. If the way you communicate with your child is usually one-sided, it is time to consider that you might be engaging in toxic parenting. Communication is about sharing and acknowledging feelings and emotions. Engaging in a robust and meaningful conversation is the key in building a healthy family life for your children. Always have an open dialogue where your children are encouraged to express their feelings. Number 3, don't compare your child with other kids. This is a common mistake almost every parents do. Be it grades, achievements in sports, or doing even household chores, anything that a child does, there is always a comparison for how some other child is doing better. If such comparison keeps happening again and again, it puts a lot of stress on your child and your kid will start developing performance anxiety. Number 4, sarcasm is not good. A lot of parents think that sarcastic style of humor is fine and it doesn't hurt their children. Because of the way brain develops, most of the children under the age of 9 or 10 don't detect sarcasm. They take what you say in literal meaning, which is almost always is negative. Let's say you are frustrated that it takes so long for your child to put on clothes and shoes to get ready to go somewhere. In your frustration, you shout, "Come on now, a snail could be more fast than you. Make it fast." You think your pun is amusing, but it's unlikely that your child feels the same way. Instead, your child could feel shamed or hurt. Number 5, don't do negative comments. Emotional tone of parents has a big impact on the child. When a kid is exhausted or cranky, any negative comment impacts more. Let's say your child hears from a friend that an important activity scheduled the next day in school is cancelled. Your child is highly disappointed hearing the news and goes to their room slamming the door and yells that, "I hate everything." You rush down the hallway and yell back, "You are acting like a stupid. Life is full of disappointment. Learn to deal with it." Such comments upsets your child more and opens the door for more argument and yelling between you and your child. Try to be supportive and talk to the child. You could say, "I understand how upsetting this news is. I know how much of effort you had put for this. Why don't you take some time to process the news and then we will make a plan to have some fun activities tomorrow." This brings a positive reinforcement with your child that you are there to support and help. Number 6, your personal problems may not be your child's problem. This is another big mistake most parents do. You could have a lot of personal issues like a difficult job, difficult marriage, life, financial burden, etc. etc. Telling them to your kids is not going to help. Your child is not your therapist. Also, they can't solve your problems. You should be discussing your personal problem with your partner and take help of a therapist rather than telling them to your child. If you feel you are doing any of these as a parent, try identifying the issue and work on healthy communication alternative with your child. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button and share with others who could benefit from this. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.